Hello everyone, Reza here. In this video, we will learn how to trigger a flow based on specific column changes in Dataverse tables. We will also add filter criteria to trigger those flows based on column values and also look at how to track the changes that are made to the columns of those records by looking at the audit history. So let's get started with this video. The use case, I have an equipment table in Dataverse that has the name of the equipment, quantity, which is number, and equipment status, which is a choice list. Let's create a flow that only triggers when the quantity is modified. In Power Automate, I'll create an automated cloud flow. I'll skip this. The trigger will search for Dataverse and pick when a row is added, modified, or deleted. Change type. When should the flow trigger? All possible combinations are available here. For my scenario, I'll pick modified. Table. I can choose my table. My table is called equipments. Scope. Here as well, we have multiple options. I would like to trigger the flow when anyone in my organization modifies a record in the equipment table. So I'll pick the scope as organization. Now at this point, the flow will trigger for any modification that takes place in the equipment table. But I only want to trigger it when the quantity is modified. And for that, we have a powerful option here called select columns. You can enter a comma separated list of column unique names, and the flow will only trigger if any of those column values are modified. Quantity is the column that I am interested in. So if I head over to columns, here is the quantity column. Select, advanced, tools, copy the logical name of this column. That's the name I will enter in select columns. My goal in the flow is to send a notification if that happens. So I'll add an action to send an email to myself. The subject, equipment. From dynamic content, I'll put the name of the equipment. So equipment, name, quantity has been updated. Quantity updated to. Here I'll put the dynamic content quantity. I'll save the flow. The flow is saved. Now let's go and modify rows in the equipment table. I have a model driven Power App based upon that equipment table. I'll pick this equipment and I'll update its quantity to 20. So laptop being updated to 20, save and close. I'll pick a different equipment. This one's printer. For this one, I'll just change the equipment status to available. So 2 modifications have taken place in my equipment table. However, if we explore the flow run history, the flow has triggered only once. And that is for the equipment name laptop, because for this record in Dataverse, I actually updated the quantity column. And I should have received an email notification. The equipment laptop quantity has been updated. The value that it has been updated to is 20. Right now I'm targeting the quantity. I would like to also target equipment status. Same steps. I'll go to the columns. Here's the equipment status column. I will go and copy the logical name. If I need the flow to trigger based on modifications in multiple columns, I simply put a comma and I'll paste the logical name of the equipment status choice column. Now I'll save the flow. The trigger will get updated. Flow is saved. I'll pick the equipment scanner. For this one, I'll change the equipment status to in use. I'll save. Done. The flow triggers for the equipment scanner as well this time. We can also combine this with filter criteria. This will limit the rows that can trigger the flow. For example, I only want to trigger the flow if the quantity of the item is greater than 10. So my filter criteria will be quantity is greater than 10. OData query syntax. I'll save the flow. This time the flow will get triggered if either the quantity or the equipment status changes and the quantity has to be greater than 10. Let's try it out. Projector. I'll change the equipment status to in repair. Notice quantity is less than 10. I'll save this and I will pick tablet. Quantity is 7. I'll change it to 15 and save it. 2 rows are modified, but only one meets our criteria. If we check the email that I received the email just for the equipment tablet where the quantity was set to 15. And we can confirm this by looking at the run history. The flow just triggered once for the scenario where the quantity is greater than 15. Now let's take this one step further. I would like to send a notification that includes the list of columns that have changed, including their current and previous values. To do this, for the table, head over to Properties and make sure that Audit Changes is turned on. This also requires auditing to be turned on at the environment level. In the Admin Center, we need to make sure that auditing is enabled for the environment. You can see in my scenario, I have turned on auditing. If I look at the audit summary view for this environment, as I was making changes to the data in the equipment table, all of that information is being audited. Here is one example. Back to the flow. Before sending the email, I need to grab the information from the audit table. For that, I'll use the Dataverse action called list rows. List rows from the audit table. And here I need to only get the audit details for my table. For that, the filter row will be object type code equal to, in single quotes, I need the logical name of my table. Back to the table in Dataverse, Tools, copy logical name, and I will paste that in single quotes. And the object ID value is equal to, in single quotes, I need to put the GUID of the record for which I need the audit information. That will come from dynamic content. Every table that we create in Dataverse comes with a unique identifier. Typically, it's the name of the table itself. Here it is, equipment unique identifier. I will select this. So this will get me all the records from the audit table for this specific row that has been modified. The same row can get modified multiple times. I am only interested in the latest row. And for that, I'll use sort by on the created on column in descending order. Latest audited information first. And I'm only interested in the most recent row. So row count 1. Sometimes it can take a few seconds once the row gets modified for the information to be audited. So if needed, you can introduce a delay action here in between for a few seconds. Next, let's create an HTML table of that audit information. Data operation action, create HTML table from. Here, I get the list of items. I only need the first record of the array. So I'll go to expression, dynamic content, pick body value, which is list of items. I will use the first function. From here, I need a property called change data. This includes all the data that has changed, that has been audited. This comes in the form of string. I will convert it to JSON. And from here, I will get the array of changed attributes. Case sensitive. Done. I'll add advanced parameters. I'll go to show all. Columns, I'll say custom. So I'll show the column name. This will be the expression item of logical name. This property includes the name of the column that's changed. Then I'll show new value expression. Here, the formula will be coalesce, pick the first non-blank value from item of new name, comma, item of new value. That's the formula. Add. And for old value, the formula will be very similar. Coalesce item of old name with item of old value. Done. Right after this, I have added a compose action, renamed it to style. And I've added some HTML table styling so that when I send this HTML table in the email, I have it nicely formatted. For the email subject, I'll say equipment, name, information has been modified. And in the email body, I'll include the style and I'll include create HTML table output. Done. For the trigger action, I'll remove my select columns and filter criteria. I want this flow to trigger whenever a row is modified. So whatever's changed, just send me the details in the email. Let's test it out. For the projector equipment, I'll change the quantity from 6 to 10. I'll change the equipment status from in repair to available. Save and close. The flow has triggered. Let's look at the flow run. We'll be able to understand those formulas better. List rows is what looks at the audit table. So notice the output, body, value is an array. From that, I picked the first object. In here, I looked at change data. This is a string that includes JSON code of all the columns that have been modified. Notice for choice columns, it has the value of the choice as well as the name. Whereas for other columns, it simply has the value. And that's the reason why I included that coalesce function. So right after this, I framed an HTML table based on the data coming in from the audit table record. And that information, I've sent it out in a nicely formatted email. Here is the email that I have received. Equipment projector information has been modified. The equipment status column, the value is now available. Previous value was in repair. Quantity, the value is 10. Previous value was 6. And this will work for any column changes in my table. Printer, I'll rename to HP printer. Quantity 25. Status in use. Updated. The flow triggers. Here is the latest email that I have received. It includes all the details from the audit record. If you enjoyed this video, then do like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you so much for watching.